Hello everyone, welcome to my stream where I prepared my ever first competitive Pokemon XY battle. Just last week I joined a small tourney through an online community and won first place. I'd like to thank a bunch of people for helping me improve my team building skills and battle strategies. Now without further ado, I'd like to introduce the teams for the finals, which preview a 6v6 singles. Now for my team, from left to right at the bottom, features my lead Pokemon, Rotom Wash, followed by Talonflame, Excadrill, Sylveon, Latios, and Mega Lucario. Now my opponent here from right to left at the top is using a lead Gogoat, followed by Chandelure, a Dragalge, Aegislash, another Sylveon, and Mega Aerodactyl. Now when team preview came, I kind of looked through his team and figured out that I should lead with my Rotom Wash. It's quite versatile. It can burn stuff, it can Thunder Wave stuff, it can Volt Switch stuff, and if Chandelure comes to lead, then I can just Hydro Pump it and when it KOs it perfectly. Now let's get on to the battle, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. He's issuing a challenge. God. So I sent out my Levia and he sent out his Jason. Now here I went for a Volt Switch thinking he would use a grass type move because Rotom Wash is weak to grass. Surprisingly I was faster, so I switched into my Yato Talonflame, but unsuspectedly he used Earthquake, which doesn't actually affect Rotom Wash at all because he has Levitate. So I switched out thinking I would want to KO him into his Aerodactyl as Swords Dance, but seeing this I'm quite worried whether I can one-hit KO him or he will KO me back. So I switched out to my Rotom Wash again, Levia. And he Mega Evolves, look at that! Huh. Look at those spikes! Roaring Gal. So he's in Stone Edge and it hits me. Deals quite a ton of damage, but I got my Citrus Berry on and recovered some of my health back. From here then he was scared that I would Hydro Pump him, so he withdrew and switched back into his Jason. And I Volt Switch again. Now here's where my tactics start. I start using the double switch formation. Okay, watch this. I switch out using Volt Switch into my X-Dyne, Excadrill. I set up Stealth Rock. Now Stealth Rock, it's a entry hazard. Every time a Pokemon switches in, they take damage according to the type. So normal types that doesn't resist or resist, like ×1, only takes about 10%, and anything ×2 will take about 20. Anything that ×4 will immediately cut their life off by half. So here I switch into my Talonflame thinking he would go to his Aerodactyl. Then my Talonflame I switch into my Mega Lucario. Now I knew right there he would switch back to his Mega Aerodactyl, so that's why I switched to Mega Lucario. See there? He took quite a bit of damage from the Stealth Rock. So now I can safely Bullet Punch. Now Mega Aerodactyl is much faster than Mega Lucario, but since Bullet Punch let me move first, I get hit first. Bullet Punch actually does 80% of his life, but since Stealth Rock does 20% to him, Bullet Punch can finish him off. Now Chandelure comes in and he takes quite a damage there. So not risking the much, I switch out my Lucario into my Ruri, Sylveon. Because it's specially defensive, it can take on any special attack with leftover recovery. Now here I can finish him off with a Shadow Ball, but Shadow Ball didn't actually one-hit KO him. So I took this chance to use a Wish to recover more of my life back. Now leftover recovery is quite handy for tanks. So I did some calculation whether I can use Wish or not. And after leftover recovery, I can still use Wish, and with some residual damage left, I can still survive with Sylveon. So I finish him off with a Shadow Ball. Flamethrower again. Yeah, hit me. I still live with a 22 HP. Then I knock him back with his own medicine. That's it. He fainted. Zippo fainted. And there goes my life back. My wish came true. And then after this, he went out to his Dragulch dragon, which is a dragon poison type. So fairy types are weak to poison. So I immediately switch out. Actually didn't think about who to switch out to. I switched out to my Latios. If I actually knew about Sludge Bomb, I would have switched out to Lucario. Then the damage won't actually affect me. I got poisoned, and I didn't think at all at this point. I used Dracometer, and I totally forgot he also had a Sylveon. So my Dracometer didn't affect anything. It's useless. Toka, my Latios, was useless in this match. So I immediately switched out thinking he would try to one-hit KO me with a Moon Blast or something. So I switched out into my X-Dyne. Steel types are resistant to fairy types, and fairy types are also weak to steel. So that's why I switched into my X-Dyne. Then he set up Light Screen and, you know, cut special attack by half. So he got off this leftover recovery. Then he immediately switched back into his Jason. Excuse me. So it took some Stealth Rock damage. I used Earthquake. It's X-Dyne's strongest stab. Even though it's not effective, it can still hurt. Look at that damage, look at that. Oh! But it didn't last long with Horn Leech there. It did quite a bit. Actually a lot. Now that I see. Now X-Dyne did its job. It set up Stealth Rock. It did some damage. That's good enough. His death will not be in vain. So now I can go for a setup kill. I send in my Yato, my Talonflame, and put up a Swords Dance because I know he will switch out. So I set up a Swords Dance. Now Swords Dance doubles my attack stat. Just send out his Dragulch. Swords Dance, doubling my attack stat. So I can basically one-hit KO anybody that comes in with a Brave Bird. Brave Bird is 120 power point. One-hit KO him. And he got some recoil damage and some life orb damage. Sent out his Sylveon, but I don't think that's gonna save him. I just Brave Bird him. That freaking bird. I used to hate him, and because I hate him, that's why I think I use him. Yes, he's quite strong. I sent out his Aegislash, a Ghost Steel typing. Now here, I kind of know that he would go for Shadow Sneak, so I would go for a Roost to recover much of my health. And I change to his stance and use Shadow Sneak. Now after seeing how much Shadow Sneak deals to me, I can Roost again and get some bit of my health even after his Shadow Sneak, and I can Flare Blitz him, taking him with me. There you go, he's Shadow Sneak. I still live. Oh yeah, because I use Flare Blitz. Now, Talonflame's ability is Gale Wing, which lets flying move hits first. So he gets priority. Only flying moves. Now because I used Flare Blitz, I didn't get to hit first. He used Shadow Sneak. So after I Flare Blitz him, I took him down with me. And that is his job. His job is done. And now for his final Pokemon, He silenced Jason, and I sent out Mega Lucario. And I finished him off with an Ice Punch. And that's basically it. His team is wiped out, with 2 of my Pokemon down. And yeah, so that's basically the battle. Credits to my Talonflame and Lucario mainly. But due to X-Dyne's Stealth Rock, I guess I did manage to beat well. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy this.